Awesome. Welcome to Bangkok. I just took a 30-minute motorbike across the city in my Blazer, and if that's not the most Bangkok experience you can possibly have. I see a few familiar faces in the room. It's great to be here. I'm going to be talking a little bit about space and time. The reason we're here is we just launched testnet, and this presentation will be about why you should participate in testnet on the road to mainnet, the rewards, and the validator activity that we're expecting, and we'd love your participation. Space and time is essentially a decentralized database that ZK proves SQL queries against index blockchain data from every major chain, from Ethereum to Bitcoin, ZK Sync, Polygon, you name it. You can think of it almost like a ZK proven Dune Analytics or a ZK proven the graph. Space and time is a decentralized database that collects index data from every major chain and a ZK coprocessor on top that acts as a SQL query engine and actually proves SQL queries against index blockchain data. Why? Well, when we got started in the space around COVID time, sometime 2020, we were kind of shocked that smart contracts have no access to data on chain. In Solidity, with smart contracts, you can't ask a question as simple as, show me the total volume of Scott's transactions. Show me the total volume of loans my wallet has paid off. So if you're a smart contract developer building sophisticated DeFi, you really have no access to data. And so you're kind of building with one hand tied behind your back. Now, if you're familiar with ZK coprocessors, it's kind of a up-and-coming term in the space. ZK coprocessors offer an off-chain, cryptographically proven system that sort of proves the computations it does against Ethereum data, against Bitcoin data, against Polygon or ZK Sync data, you name it. Smart contracts, surprisingly, can't ask questions, especially about historical on-chain data. All smart contracts really have access to is the current transaction, the current wallet that's transacting, and their own storage slots. What if you wanted to write, I don't know, a cross-chain derivatives protocol that looked at collateral across chains or asked something as simple as, give me the 30-day price history of ETH so I can calculate implied volatility? Can't do that in Solidity today. Now, oracles like Chainlink offered a solution during DeFi summer to at least get like aggregated price feeds to smart contracts, so at least smart contracts could ask basic questions like what's the aggregated price of ZK Sync token, for example. Also, AI agents need context about what's happening on chain too. We started this project years ago as a research project to build a very, very fast ZK prover for SQL, really to prove index data to smart contracts. But as AI agents became more popular, we realized, okay, this could actually be very useful for AI agents as well, to give them trustless context about what's happening on chain. Welcome to Space and Time. We just launched testnet at SmartCon a week or two ago, and we're building towards mainnet in Q1. At the base of Space and Time is essentially a DePIN network of indexers that are collecting data from every major chain, processing it, and getting it ready to be proven as familiar Dune-style SQL tables. Above that, the chain itself, the Space and Time chain, SXT Chain, witnesses that data via BFT consensus, secures it, threshold signs it, and then a ZK coprocessor, essentially a SQL engine that can ZK prove SQL, provides that the information to smart contracts that request it. So you can write with Space and Time, you can write a DeFi smart contract that asks questions like, hey, a wallet's trying to take out a loan. Let's look up that wallet's total volume of loans they've paid off and get that data back next block. We talk about sub-second ZK proving because Space and Time spent the last 3 years building the fastest freaking ZK prover we possibly could, specifically for SQL. This is not a competitor of other ZK provers that are proving EVM transactions. We're not trying to build a new L2 rollup technology. We're not trying to build an arbitrary ZK VM that can prove any kind of Rust computation. We're hyper-focused on SQL because it's a familiar language that's very powerful for processing a lot of Ethereum history, a lot of Solana history. Okay, at the base, we have indexer nodes that are collecting data from every major chain, submitting it to our chain, and this is the validators that we're inviting stakers and node operators from Bangkok to join Space and Time in our testnet and soon our mainnet. The chain itself witnesses all that data via BFT consensus as a permissionless, decentralized database, threshold signs that data, and gets it ready to be loaded into a ZK-proven SQL query engine so that smart contracts on chain can ask questions about their own chain or other chains. Show me the collateral in these 3 vaults across these 3 chains. Also, what that provides L1s and L2s is not just kind of a Dune analytics style database to do analytics, but also a way for smart contract developers on their chain to ask more sophisticated, data-driven questions, and it really opens up the design space for DeFi developers, and we're really excited to make that happen. We have a relayer on chain. There's a space and time contract that your DeFi contract can call. All right, let's get into it. As node operators, as stakers, as relevant parties that are running nodes in the Web3 space, why do you care? Well, at testnet, we launched the SXT Chain validator network. We'd love to onboard you guys right now. We have a rewards program for those that participate as we build toward mainnet. What Space and Time is it's a bunch of substrate validators with a database attached, but the database is optional. When you run your own node, you can choose what data you pin to your own node. Maybe you want to participate with just Ethereum data, maybe just Bitcoin data, maybe just ZK Sync data. That's up to you. You can attach your own database, and we give you a deployment to do that if you choose to. You can also just run a validator and be part of the decentralized permissionless network that witnesses this data. On top, at mainnet, we'll be attaching NVIDIA GPUs. Today, it's just Space and Time Labs run GPUs, but we'll be opening that up to the community as well. So you can run the ZK-proven SQL engine on top as well. Now, from a reward standpoint, we get paid when clients insert data, or L1s and L2s participate and reward our indexer network for indexing their own chain. We also get paid when smart contracts, particularly DeFi smart contracts, need to ask questions. I'm building a more sophisticated lending protocol, this example I keep giving, and my smart contract needs to pay a few cents to Space and Time to ask, has this wallet that's trying to borrow from my lending protocol already paid off loans on chain? Space and Time returns that data back next block along with a ZK proof. That ZK proof gets verified on chain, and the query result gets relayed to the client, and the client tips us. They reward us for that data. Then the client can use that data to make sophisticated data-driven decisions on chain, ushering in the next era of DeFi. Here's a heck of an eye chart. For those that are more technical in the room, let's put it all together. At the bottom, we have this DePIN network of indexers that are collecting data from every major chain. We also have off-chain clients that are submitting data from their own data sets. Clients that are signing data and paying gas to send it to our decentralized database to be stored. In summary, Space and Time itself is collecting data from every major chain as a service. When you use Space and Time, you already have the full history of Ethereum available. But you can also sign and load in your own data and pay a little gas and tip the validators to do so. Then, some, not all, of the validators attach a database. And they can, again, choose to pin whatever data they want to their own database. Then, an even smaller subset attach an NVIDIA GPU to their database to act as a SQL query engine and be able to earn rewards for serving contracts on chain data they need. This is a core primitive for Web3. ZK coprocessors in general are a new primitive, a powerful new way for smart contract developers to offload both computation and storage to a ZK-proven system that sits next to their chain that brings data back on chain when needed. This is the future of sophisticated data-driven contracts, and we're so thrilled to be here at Staking Summit talking to all you wonderful node operators and staking participants. Finally, clients on any major chain call the Space and Time relayer contract, pass in a tiny payment, and get back sub-second data along with the ZK proof on chain, verified on chain, and then return to the client contract via a callback function. Hardware requirements just to run a validator only are surprisingly easy. This is just a substrate node. Pretty easy to spin up, no GPU needed, no database needed. Again, those are optional if you want to be more than just a validator. At testnet, we're just mainly running chain validators, and a couple of our participants are attaching databases to kind of add more resilience to the network. If a certain number of nodes go down, we never lose data because a significant number of node operators are also storing and kind of replicating that data for us. At mainnet, we'll be making the ZK coprocessor itself more permissionless, easier to spin up. And there'll be pretty significant rewards for running a coprocessor, because every single query that DeFi customers across lending, airdrops, swaps, cross-chain derivatives, you name it, will tip the provers a small amount of capital to get back the data they need. Now, how does that capital kind of get divided between provers and validators? So when a DeFi protocol says, hey, I need some information about the wallet that's transacting with me, and wants to ask a familiar ANSI standard SQL question like, hey, Scott's wallet is transacting. What's the, how long has Scott's wallet staked my token? They give the space and time relayer a few cents, and we give back the query result. Now that few cents gets split between, for every query, is split between the provers and the validators themselves. Essentially, the provers tip the validators for securing and providing the data that the provers need. So if you're running a validator, you're not only getting gas for clients inserting data, but you're also getting a cut of what the provers deliver on chain. You're getting rewards from clients that are paying for queries, and you're getting rewards for the gas for inserting data. Now, when this massive DePIN network of indexers collect data from Ethereum and many other chains and submit it, they're also paying that gas too, and that's usually covered by the L1s or the L2 ecosystems themselves, and that gas goes back to validators as block rewards. So we believe strongly this will be a profitable business for node operators, and we're going to onboard a massive permissionless node of validators and basically have the largest network of nodes witnessing data from every major chain, securing it, threshold signing it, and preparing it to be ZK proven via SQL queries on chain. Become a validator for the space and time chain network. Join us on this incredible journey to make smart contracts smarter. We believe the future of DeFi, the future of on-chain loyalty, the future of on-chain gaming is going to require smart contracts that can ask basic questions and very complicated analytic questions about maybe all users that have completed the game and accolades they've won in game, all users that have staked my token for a certain amount of time. Show me the total volume of loans that Scott's wallet has paid off on chain. Go to spaceandtime.io/testnet, join us on Discord, and become a participant in this powerful new primitive for crypto developers. Let's make smart contracts smarter together, and let's have some fun in Bangkok. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.